All right, friends, I have a secret for you. Almond flour just works in cookies. And in fact, if you need a gluten-free cookie, it works way better than gluten-free flour. But shh, you cannot tell any of my other gluten-free recipes because I don't want to make them angry. If you love chewy chocolate chip cookies, then using almond flour is the way to go. It is not temperamental at all. There's no grittiness. It just makes this nice, soft crumb with chewy edges, bakery style cookies that I swear you can give to anyone and no one will know that they are made with almond flour. So let me show you how easy it is. Start with a half a cup of softened butter, and then to that, I add a fourth of a cup of creamy peanut butter. You could also use creamy almond butter or any other nut butter, just make sure it's kind of like the creamy kind. Now the reason I do that is I wanted to add more fat to the recipe, but I didn't want to add more butter because almond flour has a lot of fat and oil in it as it is. So if I added more butter, then you potentially have a greasy cookie that will spread out. So the peanut butter just kind of acts as another fat in the recipe, but if you're worried about a peanut butter taste, you can hardly notice it. A half a cup of granulated sugar, and then a cup of brown sugar. I add more brown sugar to increase the chewiness in the cookie. Just mix that together for 3 minutes until it gets nice and fluffy and creamy. To this, I'm adding 1 whole egg and an egg yolk. And the reason I do that is because the eggs help with binding, but I didn't want to add an extra whole egg because then it adds too much liquid to the ingredient. So the yolk just helps with the binding without adding the liquid. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then I'm just gonna mix that quickly to combine. Now it's time for our almond flour. So you need 2 3/4 cup of blanched almond flour. That just means almond flour that's ground down without its skins on, which is also 283 grams. When I do almond flour recipes on my website, I will always include grams because almond flour can be drastically different depending on how it's measured. So for this recipe, you need 283 grams. And then for the leavening, I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda and then a half a teaspoon of salt. The last thing we're adding is the essential chocolate chips. When I make chocolate chip cookies, I like doing a mixture of the regular chocolate chips and then the mini chocolate chips because that way the chocolate just gets everywhere. You cannot avoid a chocolate chip in a bite. And then I'm just gonna combine that really quick. And then here's the other great thing about why this recipe beats out gluten-free flour recipes is no chilling is necessary. Normally with my gluten-free cookie dough, I chill the dough to just give time for the gluten-free starches to eliminate that gritty, ricey texture. But almond flour has a lot of fat in it. You do not have to worry about that at all. So you could just mix and scoop. This thing, need it for cookies. It makes your life so much easier. For this recipe, I'm using a medium-sized cookie scoop, but honestly, I have them in every single size. So here's the thing, you don't need to chill the dough for texture, but it does make the dough a little easier to handle. So if you would like that, you can chill the dough for about a half hour. I do about a level scoop of this and then roll it into a ball. And then if you want bakery style cookies, that means like when they bake down, it'll get those nice soft ridges in it. You can shape them into tall cylinders like this. These are gonna bake for 12 to 13 minutes in a 350 oven. What you're looking for are for the edges to be nice and crisp, but the centers should be slightly undercooked because remember, we're going for chewy cookies here. Then after they're done baking, just cool them on the baking sheets for about 10 minutes before you transfer them to a wire rack. I am in cookie heaven right now. The kitchen smells glorious. It's amazing. And I have this plate of almond flour chocolate chip cookies in front of me that I cannot wait to dig into. The other great thing, if I'm not already almond flour's biggest fan, the other reason why I love it is because The cookies stay fresh a lot longer than gluten-free cookies, which have a tendency to dry out because they lose moisture quickly. Almond flour has a lot of moisture. They will stay good in an airtight container up to about 5 days, but I guarantee they will not last that long. I just want to dig into them. Oh my gosh, they're still warm out of the oven right now. The edges are really crisp, but the inside, oh my gosh, is so soft. Oh my gosh, this is the recipe to make. You can find the full printable recipe on my website, mamagourmand.com. And if you love recipes like this, make sure you like my page too. And that way you can get the new recipe as soon as it comes out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.